everybody, this is a reading for the membership collective to my channel about the thing the divine wants you to know by me, Queen of Cups Tarot. To celebrate my recent 130,000 subscribers and 250 members, I'm doing the first part of this reading available to the whole channel. It is an invitation to join the spiritual community of my channel where we focus on personal growth, where you can also see the rest of this reading. The only way to get a happier and healthier life is to work on oneself and one's own spiritual and personal growth. And it's especially important in this time and age, since the pressure of humanity to grow or to perish is getting stronger. At this time, my channel isn't entirely ready for these readings, but if you are, you should most definitely join my community of spiritual seekers. Subscribe and then hit the join button to read more, or follow the link in the description box of this video down below. And please leave a comment about what you want the next reading for the collective to be about. I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Silver Witchcraft Tarot by Barbara Moore and with artwork by Franco Revioli. Okay. So when I open your deck here, I see that it's in reversed and we have the Four of Pentacles together with the Ten of Pentacles. So this is a very good sign. It shows that you are in a very special place in your life where you have learned to put boundary and not let the drama of everyday life kind of get to you. And you're also choosing to spend your time with the people that actually adds to your life. And all the green here, it shows kind of equalness and unconditional love. Very beautiful. Might also show that you are working on your own business, on your own, it can be your finances, it can also be taking care of your body, your temple, that can also be both your body and your house, and your family, the people that really matters to you. It's like my home is my castle is what I'm getting out of these cards. So I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the Three of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles. So you're leaving kind of an unfruitful past behind. We can see it's the same beautiful arch here. But in certain conditions and with certain people, we can see the Ace of Swords is being penetrated in an image of the cup in the snow. So in certain situations with certain people, you are often felt used and abused and mistreated in different ways. Okay, so I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we have the Queen of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles. So self-love have been bringing you to safety. Okay, self-love, and you know you have a lot to offer, you have a lot to give, and you now realize that you can't give this to whomever. That's why the Queen of Pentacles is sitting on this throne here and holding the coin like so, because she only gives to the people that actually gives something back. So I call the six elements, and here we have the Queen of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles. So that is also giving yourself justice. We saw the Three of Swords situation, and the Queen of Swords is also a solution to that, to use your voice to tell people when they are hurting you, making you angry, not when you don't feel justly treated. And it's not about drama, it's not about picking a fight, it's just, this is how I feel. And either the person can show maturity and wants to discuss these certain matters with you, and then they will join your community of like-minded, or they will not want to reciprocate your trust that you show with communicating with them, and they will deny whatever you say and maybe make you out to be crazy or like uninformed or whatever it is. And then you know, okay, this person isn't ready to work on their and mine issues together with me. So it's nothing I can do, and it's no need to become dramatic about it. Rather choose to put energy towards the people that actually gives you something back. So 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear membership collective. And I want you all to have love in your life and to find yourself in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay. So I'm just going to tune in here to you and your energy for a few seconds. So here we have the Knight of Swords, and it's a situation where we are giving ourselves our own freedom through logic, through actually taking charge of our life and aligning with ourselves, aligning with our soul. If we feel angry, we probably have a reason to be angry. It might not be the reason we think we have. It might be something else. And it's in the situation where we can communicate with other people, we can figure this out. But always, always align with yourself. Believe that you are right until someone else have convinced you that there's something else going on. For example, if you say, this is how I feel, and the other person say, okay, I'm sorry you feel that way. I never intended for you to feel this. It's a total misunderstanding because this is what I tried to do and this is how you saw it. And then this can also build on trust with other people, because then we communicate clearly. The Knight of Swords is about clear communication, and we are taking away the foundation for misunderstandings. So it's very beautiful. You choose yourself, but you're also open to communication, truthful communication, honest communication. And if that can't happen, you choose your own road here, okay? Knight of Swords and this bird of prey here. Maybe it's an eagle of some sort without the white head. And it's showing your soul's perspective, to be able to see things from above. You don't always know what it is that you see. You can just get a feeling, and this is how your body and your soul is communicating to you, to your feelings. Like, I'm getting angry, I'm getting impatient, I'm getting sad, and a lot of things is telling you about yourself. So, okay, I have a problem with being restless. I can't chill down. I can't take it cool. I don't have any patience. So I need to look where is the restless energy coming from? So you also search inside yourself. It's not only through other people, but you also ask yourself, okay, why do I feel like this? What is it that my soul is trying to say? So I will put up some cards here, and we will penetrate deep into this issue here. We start with the central card, which is the actual issue in this matter. And we have the Two of Pentacles. So this is the feeling of being, we're not really heard or understood, and we don't really hear or understand ourselves. We just get kind of uncomfortable situations that brings uncomfortable feelings, and we don't know, oh, what's going on here? Why do I feel like this? I just want to be level-headed in this situation. I just want to be the bigger person. Why am I kind of falling out of balance and getting, for example, over dramatic, or feeling like the situation is totally uncomfortable, or feeling like I am carrying the whole situation and the other person doesn't do squat? So all these questions is usually leading to you disregarding parts of yourself, because you don't want to be over dramatic, you don't want to feel overwhelmed, you want to be tolerant, you want to be the bigger person, you want to cool the situation down, you don't want to escalate it. And here you're feeling a lot of feelings that would be able to escalate the situation. So you feel very dramatic, and you just want to, usually you just want to suffocate this with you. That's why we have winter here. You just want to, I don't want to know about this. I just want to behave. And this is where you're letting yourself down. This is where you're kind of betraying yourself. You need to listen what comes up. It's an important message. It's like the oil lamp in your aeroplane, you know, the one with the eagle. And if you disregard the oil lamp, your plane might crash. So you don't want that to happen. You want to listen to all the instruments. You don't have to act upon it. You can feel, oh, I'm getting really pissed right now, but it's because I am so low with patience. And then, you know, you need to go back. Why am I so low in patience? Okay, I have an uncomfortable feeling. What is this uncomfortable feeling saying? It says that I'm sad. So I just want to stress away to the store and get the kids to just jump into the car and just do what I say, or I will get pissed because I'm really, really sad. So it might be things like this. And this is the foundation to this situation. And we have a Page of Swords, so you have a very revolutionary soul. Okay, it came down with a very clear sense of justice and what's right and what's wrong. But during the time when we grow up, we might not always get the support from our surrounding to back up this the truthful voice of ours. I'm thinking of the song Sound of Silence, where people have a lot to say, but they're keeping their mouth shut, and the world is full of prophets that's writing on the subway walls and tenement halls, but they don't, you know, they don't dare to talk openly in their surrounding about what's really going on underneath the surface. And it might, for example, be this. Let's say that you are one of the kids that's going to the store with your mom or dad, and the parent is getting super irritated, and you as a child, with being the truth holder, you say to the parent, why are you getting angry with us? I just needed to help my little brother to get on the shoes, and we are just children. We can't do things like in this rapid speed that you want. And the parent might have become even more angry with this, and you know, really blowing off their steam on this child. And therefore you learned slowly but surely to keep your mouth shut, sound of silence, because you don't want bad consequences. And now today you're wondering, why do I have these uncomfortable feelings? What is going on in my body? Why can't this side to me just shut up so I don't have to hear the complaint? Okay, I just want to be nice. I don't want the hellfire to come over me from these people, or being abandoned, or getting into uncomfortable situation because one of my archetypes just can't shut up. Okay. And this is what the divines, their input into this. And we have a Six of Wands. So with Six of Wands, it shows that you are being sent down almost like a holy warrior. You are being sent down because you had certain skills. For example, to be able to see right away what the person was really doing. For example, my mother is unfair. She is yelling at me and my siblings, because we are not fast enough with our short legs to get to the car, and we don't have the brain development to even do this in very rapid speed, and it's really something else that's bothering my parent, and I'm going to say it. So you say it, and that's your mission, to be that truthful. But unfortunately the surrounding is not super supportive, but in reality they are. Okay, when you meet your mother in the next life, after this, she will back you up, and she will know, yes, I was irritated because I had other problems, and I took it out on you, and you were right for telling me this. I'm sorry I bite your head off in this situation. So we are all on board. It's really hard to be born as a human on this earth, and we have a lot of pain. We are being faced with all the consequences of our own actions. And we are constantly being put through challenges to grow. Doesn't wonder we are a little bit tense. Okay, we're a little bit tense. And it's all right. It's supposed to be like this, because when you have a lot of challenges or contrast between black and white, good and bad, nice consequence, bad consequence, we learn very quickly. But it's not easy. And people might be like high strung and highly irritated, or dramatic or easily falling into the victim role. You say something that's good information, and the other person say, oh, you hate me, I know you hate me, so this is why you're saying this to me. And so everything can be very entangled and screwed up at this earth plane, but in a heavenly plane, all souls are on board. Okay, it's just, okay, hope I will make it this time, and we go down into our body, we have our soul contracts, and we do our thing, but then we will be faced with pain from past lives that we haven't been able to solve because we died, or we just weren't able to solve the problem in that life. So this is washing over us. Usually for some people it can come, some of these trauma already when we are born, but many of them comes specifically ancestral karma. That's meaning the things that your parents and your ancestors couldn't solve, that will come over you like a wave in your teenage years. So many teenagers becomes very depressed, and they might be like their own, like really their own character before teenage years, but then when they have gone through the adolescence, they might become like their parents, and they might be broody and heavy, and because they are carrying now the loads of the ancestors. So we are all here to do these things, to solve the karma, solve the issues, solve the problems, but it can weigh heavy on us, and we don't know why. In this situation here, you don't know why. You just don't know that you have feelings and instincts that are inappropriate for the situation, that you would rather, for example, carry the injustice of a certain relationship, so at least you can have the relationship, or you don't want to bite your boss's head off because you need the money, and so on and so forth. You don't want to be rude towards your children's caretakers because they are actually taking care of your children. You don't want them to be upset with you while doing that. So there's a lot of reasons to why you don't tell the truth here. But you are like a forebearer, like a person that comes down to do the right thing, and you need to be this little bit warrior and face a little bit bad consequences because you're still here. There's a good reason to why you're here, okay? So, and this is your own input, Seven of Pentacles. You just want to kind of not doing anything about this, what you feel. You want to procrastinate because frankly you wish that the thing that's happening isn't happening. So I'm thinking you're trying to suffocate your own feelings a little bit, but also you are probably a little bit tired of working with certain relationships. So it's a little bit like you're taking a vacation here. And here we have the outcome card, and it's the Ace of Chalices, so it's love. What will come of this situation eventually is pure love, because this child doesn't tell their parent that what they are really doing, being the reflection to the parent, to be evil. It's good intentions, it's love, because if we tell each other what we are doing wrong, or how we become hurt, or what we would want, we are making less room for misunderstandings, more room for love, compassion, being able to build something beautiful together without the misunderstandings, without the suspicion or the judgmentality that we might have. We are talking a clear language of love, and we are really getting together and solving things, and this is beautiful, and this is what the soul wants. Okay. This is also you, and here we have the Hermit, and it's in the reversed. So Hermit in the reverse, it's usually, I'm not doing reversals with this deck just yet, because I like the energy of a new deck, and I don't I use the reversals when the deck has become a little bit like seasoned, and reversals are good because they're showing like a deeper story, but I like the freshness. Okay, so but here comes a reversal card, and it kind of shows this what I was talking about for the whole channel. At this time my channel isn't entirely ready for these readings, but if you are, you should most definitely join my community of spiritual seekers. Here's a person that isn't entirely ready, don't really want to go down this road, and I'm thinking it's a little bit about, we want to have a happy life, we want to have nice relationships, so we want to skip certain difficult discussions because this might infect our relationship to our elderly mother now, or to our father, or to the siblings, or to our partner, or our best friend, or the boss, or the children's caretaker, or the neighbor, or whatever it is. So we don't want to be this this pioneer here coming with this new information. We know the hermit. It's a person that's they kind of make teenage revolution towards society, and they go up to a cave somewhere, watch down on society and see, okay, this is good, this is not so good, here they are acting crazy, this could be improved, and they're getting very wise. It's easy to be wise and calm and non-dramatic and look at other having problems when you are not really fully socially engaged. When we are socially engaged, usually we get a little bit more triggered. But the hermit has an advantage of not being spiritually engaged and can look at this, the social engagement like so from above. And this is sparkling new develop inside a society. Let's say the person that saw that the earth was actually round and not flat. He didn't have the best consequences out of this. So if he would have been a little bit more chicken, he would also have chicken out and not told people in his surrounding the truth, because he knew this would have bad consequences. So he would have procrastinated and said, tomorrow maybe, or at my dying day, I can write a book on my dying day and people can, argue about this when I'm dead. So I won't be there to defend my theory, but on the other hand, they won't be able to send me to jail for the rest of my life or end my life with execution. I have lived a full life, and I just had to write a book and publish it in the right time. So it's a little bit like you're chicken out from your spiritual journey here as this kind of a little bit rainbow warrior, and it's fine, it's normal. We usually just want a happy life. We don't want all the challenges, and we are trying to avoid challenges, cruise between the challenges and keeping a low profile, so God's eye won't catch us and see, I need you for this mission, like Jeanne d'Arc, for example. Didn't end well for that girl either. So we'll see. And this is the divine's input in this. And we have the moon here. Moon, Ace of Cups. The divine definitely wants you to see what has fallen out of order. Go into your emotion, get the answer. Also align with your soul. This is like making a deep dive into the well of the wisdom well. We had the god in the Nordic countries called Odin. He was a very wise character. For example, he is the one of the main characters showing the hangman, because he hanged upside down in free will by his ankle for 9 days to get into a certain state where he could get spiritual knowledge. And at one of these sessions, he got the knowledge of the runes, so the Nordic people could start writing and making poetry, but also writing down different things that's needed in a society. And at another occasion, he actually took out one of his eyes and threw it in the wisdom well. And that is actually not so dramatic as it can seem. It just means have one eye on your own drama, okay? Because your own drama is trying to tell you something. Let's say that you have a discussion with a person, like the neighbor has come over, are really upset about something with the bushes, and listen really careful, like with one eye and one ear, you're listening to your neighbor, you're seeing the neighbor, looking at this person, it looks really agitated, this with the bushes is clearly very important to this person, and you focus and listen. But before you answer this person, you take one of your ears inside to the wisdom well here, instead of just okay, fine, we'll fix this with the bushes, no problem, and you listen into the words here or the feelings, and you can feel this person is being like really over dramatic, it seems like the bushes is very important, but it can't be the actual issue. This person has other issues. So you might put a hand on your neighbor and say, I see that you're really hurting right now. Can you tell me what's really bothering you? We can sort out this with the bushes later. I will help you and make the bushes as nice as you want them. But for now, I'm really interested in why you're hurting so much. What can I do for you? And this can cost a lot, of course. Particularly if we are a little bit like the Hermit character here, we might not really like to be in social situations, for example. But here it's about deep, real love, deep, real, unconditional love. Being a person for real, being a soul for real, being in your body for real, living your life for real, with its ups and downs, inconveniences, its challenges, and its different adventures that you're asked to go on. And instead to just, keep it polite, keep it on the surface, get the neighbor to, walk the hell out of there, and then maybe moving because you don't want to live next to this crazy neighbor. So the divine wants you to make the deep dive, and it's not always about helping others. It's also about giving justice to yourself. For example, you can see that this neighbor is always nitpicking at you. It's a lot of different things. It's always the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And then your soul might rather tell you that this is unfair. And you might look really strongly in your neighbor's eyes and say, I have heard these complaints from you since we moved in, and it's one thing after another. You are not my parent. You are not the boss of this street. I bought this piece of land and my house, and I want peace in my house. Next time you are coming with some kind of complaint, you can write it, put it in the mailbox. I will answer politely, but that's the only connection we will have from now on. And if you harass me in any other kind of way, I will call the police on you every time you do it. And so it can be like that as well. It depends what your soul says. It's your soul. It's what does the feeling inside you say? And remember that you are not always right, but you actually need to go with what you feel and express it. And the other person might say, but everyone on the street feels the same. And if you're not shaping up, we are going to have a meeting. Maybe you are going to have to subordinate yourself to this long grass, or the tight cut bushes, or whatever it is. Or maybe you're not in the right neighborhood. It can be like that too. And there might be deeper issues here that's going on, and it will be solved eventually. This day will pass as well as every other. This problem will pass. This will not be a big issue in the future, but only if you solve it, only if you actually go to the bottom of the matter, because it might be that you had people in your upbringing that always nitpicked on you or criticized you for all the things, everything. So you have actually a voice inside of you that's saying, oh, I should have cut the grass. I know my neighbor is probably angry with me right now because I'm the only one in the neighborhood having this long grass. Or I haven't done this, or I haven't done that, or I should have done this, I should have said this, I should have been a better person at work, I should have drove my car better, I should have done this, done that. So then the neighbor is just a mirror of your own inner voice, how it's harassing you on a daily basis, and you can't really put a restraint order on your own mind. You actually need to work it out. You need to have one eye in the wisdom well, see what's going on. Oh, it's actually me imagining the whole time that the neighbors is out to get me. And you start to, every time you catch yourself with going on with this, all the things that you complain about yourself, or all like the complaints, then you say, no, it's all right. The grass can be long. It's good for the flowers. It's good for the bees. Less pollution in the air. This is a great thing. And then you will forgive yourself and calm down probably for a while. But then the next day or the same day, you will start with the nagging again. And if you don't catch yourself, that's all right. You weren't awake enough to have the one eye in the wisdom well at this point. But when you actually do, you do the exercise again. Okay, so now I have been harassing myself again. Calm down. These things are going to solve. I can make a list and write down when I'm going to do the certain things. I'm going to follow this schedule. And now I actually need to be kind towards myself. So it's an ongoing process, and it doesn't have easy solution. But the solution is to actually listen what is going on underneath the surface that you can't see. Okay. And this is outside interference. And we have the strength card. So all these people that is kind of challenging you, they're doing it to make you stronger, okay? To make you see, to make you know yourself. 8 strength card, 9 the Hermit. They're really pushing you into a spiritual journey because they are challenging you. And this person has a mask on, but it's not a mask like they are covered or hiding in some way. It's actually, they are just doing spiritual work with challenging you or putting you to a very uncomfortable situation here, being this nasty neighbor, for example. And then the outcome here, and it's an Ace of Pentacles. So it's a new beginning. You have a chance to do things totally new and in totally new and better ways. And there's a treasure waiting in the end of the rainbow. But for the rainbow to come, you actually need to take up your feelings. So it might be a little bit of a rainstorm, a little bit depression, a little bit sadness, or a little bit conflict. But after this, the rainbow will come and show you the treasure in the end of this challenge. I will take a guardian angel card here as well to see what's the advice. Believe. Be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of preconceived ideas. There is nothing to fear. You are constantly surrounded by love. These people, they're just acting like your enemies. In heaven, you know, or in the other dimension, they really are your bestest of friends. So start to believe in yourself and trust your own instincts. The Moon, Ace of Cups, the Two of Pentacles. Something is cooking underneath. I don't feel like really neighborly today. I feel like ripping this person's face off. And you can say, you are making me really angry at this point. I don't think we should talk right now. I heard what you say. I will come back and knock on your door in maybe in the evening, later in the evening when I have calmed down. So it can be like that as well. And you always stand on your own side. You take responsibility for your own feelings, but you also align with yourself. You don't betray yourself. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities, the aces. There's a possibility. You need to grasp the possibility to get them to develop. It's like you need to put the seed to the ground, put water on it. It won't happen by its own accord. You need to do something. You need to catch this opportunity to make things happen. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound, provided you are flexible and retain an open heart and mind. Believe all is possible. Okay. So this is an invitation to join the spiritual community of my channel, where we focus on personal growth and where you can also see the rest of this reading. So I hope you will join as a member. You are very much welcome. And if you just want to stay as a subscriber to the channel or just watching the channel, that is totally fine too. I love you all. And we are all on a little bit different phases in our life, what we can deal with, how much time we have. And I totally understand that. So I will show you the reading from above.
Jet planes in the night sky with you.
Today, if you can't get enough of my readings on YouTube, you can now become a member to my channel and get access to premium content videos. There are 3 different levels to choose from. You can become a supportive member and get personal and spiritual growth readings for the collective.
Getting high in the sunrise with you.
The second option is to become an extended member, where you get access to the collective readings from the previous level, and you will also be able to see all the channel's astrological tarot readings for all the signs ahead of time and ads free.
Getting through all the bad times with you. I wasn't missing a thing, now I do. And I wish that I could build a time machine.
The third option is to become a full member, where you get access to all the perks from the previous levels. And on top of that, you will get short personal readings from me every week. It is very similar to super chat readings, but here you subscribe instead of paying for super chats.
'Cause time moves on, and now you're gone. Oh, if only I could build a time machine, I'd come and get you.
There is a lot of other perks that's available for all levels, as membership loyalty badges, custom emojis, and other special features.
I'd come and get you. I can't forget you. I miss you, I miss you, I miss you all the time. I wish that.
If you subscribe to my channel, you will be able to see the join button, where you can learn more about the membership. You can also follow the link in the description box to check this out. And if you're still not convinced that this is a good option for you, you can become a member just to support my channel and help me keep on doing readings for all the astrological signs. I hope you will join and we will have so much fun together. Thank you for watching this far. I'm sending you all my love and all my gratitude.